I love this thought. I love to even think about the fact that we can abide in his love, as Jesus would say, abide in my love. To use the words of Brother Lawrence said he found the quickest way to God was love. The quickest way to God is love. And so Jesus says, abide in my love. There's something about affection that connects us with the Lord. Now that branches out into many different things. Like for instance, when I am affectionately connected to my wife, her words mean a lot to me. You know, her presence means a lot to me. So with that said, I think it's very simple, like in my opinion, and I have not perfected this, and I'm learning and growing in this still to this day, but I find what helps me most is heart affection for the Lord that values his words and his presence. So that means in the midst of the business of life, if I'm connected to him by love and affection, then it's going to change the priorities of my day. Meaning, I'm going to cherish his words enough to make sure that I can eat a few of them. And I'm going to cherish his presence enough to make sure that I can have some precious alone time with him. And then from there, living in the midst of the business of life, affection keeps us connected by remembering his words, maybe singing a love song to him. There's actually a secret in Ephesians 5 where it says, be not drunk with wine wherein is excess, but being continually filled with the Spirit. Watch this, ... making melody in your hearts unto God. I love that. It's a song going up. It's the picture I get is Cinderella when after she met the prince, she goes back to doing the floors, but she has a song in her heart. So this is love. So this is what makes life divine. You know, I'm all aglow and now I know the key to heaven is mine. You know, she's singing this song because she's fallen in love. So I think, in my opinion, Brother Lawrence nailed it when he said, I found the quickest way to God is love. And then that affectionate connection with him branches out into a value of his word and a value of his presence that changes the priorities of the day so that there can be a time away, but then also throughout the day, a constant awareness of him and doing all things with him and for him. As the scripture says, what does it say? Be anxious for nothing. That's 0 tolerance for anxiety. Be anxious for nothing, but in everything, but all things, by prayer and supplication, making your requests known to God with thanksgiving. So it's a constant going up unto the Lord. You know, the fact that Paul says pray without ceasing shows us that prayer is more than words. It's an awareness. It's consciousness of his presence. So I would say that's the key that I want to keep practicing. That's what I was really trying to practice while I was digging ditches and people were yelling at me and a guy's foaming out of the mouth over here from some drugs he took. These guys are looking at pornography over here and we have work to do. And in the midst of those pressures and all this weirdness and not making much money and it being hot outside here in Florida, it'd be like 100 degrees outside. Oftentimes we'd get sun poisoning. But in the midst of that, lingering with love upon him, you know, digging a ditch and singing, I sing praises to your name. You know, each shovel, oh Lord, praises to your name. You know, a melody going up of thanksgiving and joy. And, you know, I can even feel, even as we're talking about it, I can just feel just a sense of the Lord.